Alright guys, so I am going to walk through the first portion of your lab report experiment to kind of help set that up and hopefully get you on the right track. If you have any difficulties with supplies, I went to Walmart this morning and have a bunch of extra supplies. So if you can swing by the Covington campus if you need some help with supplies, I will be glad to give those to you. So what I have got first is an 8-ounce water bottle. These were also available at Walmart. The directions, I believe, say fill it with 3/4 of a cup of warm water. I probably went a little bit above 3/4 of a cup. I would probably fill the water bottle so it's full about halfway or 3/4 of the way between the top of the label and the top of the neck of the bottle. The less space you leave there, the reaction should happen a little bit quicker. Make sure this is warm water. So I think your instructions say somewhere around 42 degrees Celsius. So I also have just a regular solo cup with some water in it, just a clear plastic cup. It is important that this is either clear or that you can see over the rim of the cup because you're going to have to count the bubbles that occur in the cup. So what we are going to do next is put about 1 teaspoon of our sugar mixture into our water. So we have just regular granulated sugar. Into that in a second we're going to add our yeast. So I'm in the lab and I don't have a measuring spoon here, so I'm not going to be super precise with this measurement. Just know for your experiment at home, try to be a little more precise with this measurement for your sugar. So I am using just a plastic weigh boat as my funnel. Anything you have that can work as a funnel at home will work fine for this. So I'm going to go ahead and dump my sugar in there, and I think I probably need just a little bit more to get to pretty close to my measurement mark. Like I said, when you do this at home, be a little bit more precise with your measurements. So what I'm going to do now is cap my water bottle and kind of shake it up so our sugar will completely dissolve. So when it looks like I have got my sugar dissolved, I'm going to put an equal part of yeast. So I just bought this pack of active dry yeast from Walmart. I think 3 of these little packets together was like 75 cents or something. So this, again, if you need help with that, just let me know. And I'm going to put a pretty similar amount of yeast in there. Like I said, when you're doing this at home, be a little bit more precise with your measurements. But for the sake of explanation, I'm going to try to keep this video pretty short, and it makes it a little shorter if we don't have to stop and measure everything. So now we're going to do the same thing we did with the sugar. So I'm going to put the lid back on my bottle, and I'm going to shake it till this is a homogeneous mixture. So what that means is it looks the same all the way through the mixture. So I'm going to shake it up a little bit. So now we can take the lid off, and we're going to put our balloon on our bottle. So I'm using just regular party balloons. Again, I got all of these supplies at Walmart, so these should all be pretty available. So I'm going to stretch the mouth of the balloon out and put it over the top of my water bottle. Oh, try not to shoot yourself with the mixture if you can. It looks like I made a mess. Let's see, and this is a little difficult, especially if you kind of have bigger fingers, I'm sure. So once you have got this over the mouth of the bottle, I poked a little hole with a pencil or a toothpick or something in the bottom of the balloon to get all the air out of the balloon. And then I tied a knot as close to the lip of that balloon as I could. So what that's going to do is help us have the gas escape through our straw rather than just dissipating out and inflating in the balloon. Okay, so now that I have got that done, I have got the balloon around the lip of my bottle. We're going to look at putting our straw into the solution. So I have got just regular bendy straws, and I have got Vaseline, which is what we're going to use for this. So first, what I'm going to do is take just a little blob of the Vaseline, and I'm going to put it all around the rim of the bottle where the balloon meets. So for this to work as effectively as possible, we want there to be nowhere for air to escape from this system except through our straw, which we're going to put on in just a second. So now that we have kind of sealed the top of the bottle around the balloon, we are going to poke a hole. Again, I used a pencil. You can use a toothpick. whatever you want to use, in the flat part of our balloon right here where it's stretched over the top of the bottle. So I just poked a little hole, and sometimes it doesn't quite want to go. I have found that a toothpick works a little bit better than a pencil has, so let me find what I've done with the toothpick we have over here, and I don't see it. So I tell you what, I'm gonna go get a toothpick from the lab stuff. Okay. So like I said, what we're gonna do is just poke a small hole in this flat portion of the balloon over the top of the bottle. So I poke a little hole and then I kind of stretch it out a little bit. We want it to be big enough that we can fit the short end of our bendy straw through. So you kind of just push where the hole is at, and it should go right through the bottle, or right through the balloon into the top of the bottle. So you're gonna set your apparatus up like this. You'll have the short end of the bendy straw in your water bottle, and the long end should be in your water. Make sure that you have got that long end completely under the water. So what we're gonna do now is take another little kind of blob of Vaseline and put all around the hole where our straw went in. So again, we don't want there to be any room for air to get out of this solution other than through our straw. So you can be pretty heavy with the Vaseline. It's not gonna hurt anything. And kind of seal that off as good as you can. So I'm gonna go up here and get a paper towel to kind of wipe my fingers off. Or I guess a piece of paper of some sort. Okay, so now what we are watching is for the presence of bubbles in our solution. So when I set this up myself, I noticed that the times, I believe your instructions say 3, 4, and 5 minutes, are a little bit short for how long it took me to have a reaction. So I'm gonna set a timer for, I'm gonna start my count at about 4 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and start my timer, and at 4 minutes, I'll start looking for bubbles. And to keep this video short, I'm probably gonna pause you for this, and I will bring you back when we start counting our bubbles. All right, guys, I know we said we would wait 4 minutes, but it looks like our reaction is proceeding really well. So it has been about 3 minutes at this point. So what we're gonna do is set a stopwatch. We're gonna go ahead and start it, and we are gonna start counting bubbles. So from 3 minutes to 4 minutes, I'm gonna start counting. So I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I won't count for you. So from 3 minutes to 4 minutes, I had 32. So from minute 4 to minute 5, I had 38. And I had about 60 between minute 5 and minute 6. So what you are going to do is go through and change one of our variables. So you may change the amount of yeast you used, you may increase or decrease it, you may change the amount of sugar you used. Those would both be really good things to kind of manipulate and see how your results change. So I will upload this video for you for the kind of base model. So you are going to pick one variable to change when you replicate. So you need to redo the portion I just did. So make sure, again, you measure the yeast a little more appropriately than I probably did. Measure the sugar a little bit more appropriately than I did and a little closer. And set it up and run experiment 1. You will then alter according to the directions in eLearn one of the variables that it suggests you may alter, and from there you will run it again and see how your results change. So if you have any questions, please feel free to email me and I will have these videos uploaded. Like I said earlier, I have plenty of extra supplies. If you need yeast or you need sugar or you need bendy straws or water, please let me know and I can have it here, or I can probably get it sent to Dyersburg if need be. So just let me know on that one, and hopefully this helped, guys. Thank you.